Tēnā koutou katoa, welcome to City News. Just ahead, Rotorua Police warn criminals not to think that with staff in Christchurch they're in for an easy ride. High school students expected to plead guilty to charges arising from death of jet skier. And Touch New Zealand hold trials for Touch World Cup. Those stories just ahead on City News. Rotorua Police continue their recovery work in Christchurch with others on standby waiting to relieve their colleagues. Senior Sergeant Ed Vanderbroek says many specialist Bay of Plenty police are working in all aspects of recovery, identification and policing duties. However, Mr Vanderbroek says criminals can forget any idea that there are less police here to apprehend them. He says there have been many high-profile arrests recently.
Obviously, Rotorua Police are contributing towards the disaster that's occurred in Christchurch, and we're very keen to help our fellow police officers in Christchurch in the recovery operation. So we have sent staff to Christchurch that are specialists trained in disaster victim identification, photography work, family liaison work, as well as sending staff down there for more general duties type work, perhaps manning cordons or doing reassurance patrols through the suburbs. However, in Rotorua, obviously, we still need to get on with our business as well. And so here basically to say that we are still out here in large numbers.
Lawyers have indicated that two Rotorua high school students would plead guilty to charges arising from the death of a fellow student in a jet ski accident on Lake Okareka. In January, Bishop Thompson fell off a jet ski driven by a friend and was subsequently struck by another jet ski and killed. Ricardo Marca and Taimana Harrison have appeared before a register in Rotorua District Court. The pair were remanded at large for diversion to be considered and will reappear in court on March the 17th. An exciting initiative which began in Lake Rotomā is now being applied to Lake Okataina by the Bay of Plenty Regional Council. It's installed a weed cordon around the boat ramp at the main beach on Lake Okataina. The weed cordon has been specifically designed to prevent the spread of aquatic pests that are present in nearby lakes. Bay of Plenty Regional Council Biosecurity Officer Hamish Lass says the cordon was constructed from net donated by Sanford Fisheries. Mr Lass says when a boat enters the water, weed fragments will wash off and be caught in the net within the controlled area. The cordon is marked out with buoys and port and starboard markers. Signs also explain the cordon's purpose and have navigational instructions. Lake users have already welcomed the cordon and the efforts by the Regional Council to help maintain the lake's quality. New Zealand's premier conference and incentive trade show will be staged in Rotorua this year at the Energy Event Centre. The event was scheduled to take place in Christchurch, but due to the earthquake, Rotorua was selected as an alternate destination. Meetings 2011 brings together conference and incentive buyers and sellers for business appointments with 500 industry people. In sport tonight, with the cancellation of the Touch Nationals due to be held in Christchurch, Touch New Zealand is now holding a trials weekend in Auckland for all current and prospective squad players. At the trials weekend, the national seniors and masters squads will be selected to represent New Zealand at the Touch Rugby World Cup in Edinburgh in June. Touch Rotorua spokesperson Manu Solomon says quite a few Rotorua players will try out in Auckland. The Touch trials are at Western Springs College on April the 2nd and 3rd. We have more on Touch Rugby with Manu Solomon later in City News. Into your weather, Rotorua. Tonight, fine light winds, a low of 8. Tomorrow, Friday, more fine weather, light winds, a high of 23 and a low of 9. Long range through to Saturday, mainly fine, a chance of afternoon shower and light winds, a high of 23 and low of 14. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua tomorrow, Friday, becoming southwest 10 knots in the morning, may rise to 15 knots for a time in the evening. Waves half a metre, fine but cloud increasing at night. Stay with us. Still to come tonight, Paul Hickey has our Speedway update. Layla reviews Matt Damon's latest movie at Reading Cinemas, and I talk with Manu Solomon from Rotorua Touch. Come back for more City News after the break.